Hi, I'm Tom. I'm a project manager here at C3 and I'm going to be talking to you about how you can build your second brain. What is a second brain? Well, it was created by a guy called Tiago Forte, whose purpose in life was to answer the question, how can humans reach their creative potential? And second brain was really a birth child of that question. So it's a collection of habits, methods and tools that all connect together to allow you to offload a lot of this information that we have to deal on a daily basis, freeing you up to allow you to focus on creative work, socializing and relaxing. So why do you need a second brain? Well, maybe you're someone who has taken on additional responsibility in life, started a new career, a new family, and you need a way to do your best work despite having less time. Or maybe you're someone who has lots of ideas and expertise, but you struggle to make the connections between them that fuel your best work. Whatever your situation is, I can promise you you're not alone. And there's a common cause here, information overload. So you know the signs of this: anxiety, burnout, generally being overwhelmed. This is fueled by the fact that our brain's good at two types of things. So type 1 is creativity, being innovative, connecting with people and socializing, and relaxing and rejuvenating. And then type 2 things are our to-do list, events, emails, remembering information and ideas. When we have a healthy balance between these, we run optimally and we tend to be fulfilled and happy in life. The problem is, when we take on additional responsibility in life, type 2 tends to increase. We have more to do, we have more events to go to, more emails to respond to, and more information to remember. The challenge we have is our capacity for these two things doesn't increase. So what happens is we tend to sacrifice the type 1 stuff in place of type 2. So all that good stuff that makes us feel fulfilled in life, being creative, socializing and relaxing, gets sacrificed in lieu of just getting stuff done. The challenge is, as marketeers, as strategists and creators, we can't just turn off this information. We can't stop doing our to-do list. We can't stop absorbing information, because it's how we gain inspiration to fuel our best work. So what can we do? Well, that's why we have a second brain, because you can outsource a lot of the type 2 stuff to your second brain. And actually, when you do this well, you can actually free up more capacity for the type 1 stuff, because computers and these systems and habits that I'm going to run you through are so much better at doing this for us, whereas humans are better at creating, they're better at socializing, they're better at relaxing. This is what we're good at. So we should outsource this to a second brain. The method revolves around this idea of code. And code stands for capture, organize, distill, and express. Capture is all about capturing information that resonates with you. So information could be your to-dos, it could be events, it could be ideas. So we capture all of this in an external system. Organize is all about organizing this information in a way that's easily accessible. So we organize this in a similar way across all of our systems, in our files, in our emails, in our digital notebooks, and so on and so forth. So what we want to do is store information for actionability, because then we can start to connect all these different sources of information in the place they're going for. So organize them into your projects. What projects are you working on where this information is most relevant? The next step is to distill this information. So you have to imagine, say you've saved this long 500-page web article with lots of useful information there. The stuff you would have found in that really resonates with you. And you want to save that, but you want to save that so it's always going to be easily accessible for your future self. You're not always going to have time to get into all the detail, so you want to summarize that for yourself. So when you touch that note again or that article again and come to read it, you can just see the key points that it's telling you. Just make it easy for yourself to digest at a future date. Distill that information down. And the final step of code is express. So you express this information, you use these building blocks to fuel your projects, fuel your passions, and actually create something. There are 5 key tools you're going to need to build your second brain. The first is email. We all use email, but the challenge that most people have is information gets stuck in email. Your email was designed as a communication tool, not as a to-do list or a file management system. So you need to build your downstream, and this is where these other tools come into play. So the first tool you will need is a to-do app. You can use a notebook to do your to-do list. The problem is you can't take that anywhere. So when you have a good to-do app, you can take that anywhere. If you're on the bus or the train and something comes to mind that you need to do, you want to get that out of your head as soon as possible and into a place where you can come back to it when you have time to do it. The next one is a digital calendar. Same again, you can use a physical calendar, but you can't take this everywhere with you. So you want to be saving all your events, everything you're doing, reoccurring tasks, big lots of work you need to do in a certain amount of time, all need to go into your digital calendar. So you can refer back to that and you're not storing this information in your head. The next one is a digital notebook, and this is the most important of the lot. So this is a place where you're saving all your inspiration that you're finding, so articles from the web, inspiration on Instagram or Pinterest, or just ideas that come to your mind. Send them all into your digital notebook, and this will be really the core of your second brain. The next is a file storage system, cloud file storage. So same again, it's accessible from anywhere. Your files all go into here in an organized system, and you can always find them wherever you are. So the next app is a Read It Later app, and this is such a cool tool. So a Read It Later app is for any information that isn't a pressing to do or event. It's something that triggers your interest, but you don't have time to read it now. So say you've stumbled across an article on the web that is really interesting, but it's 1,000 words long, and you don't have time at that moment in time to read it. You can share this to a Read It Later app from your phone or from the web, and it saves it. And it's almost like your own personal newspaper, because you can subscribe to email newsletters, to RSS feeds, and save any kind of information in there. And then say you have time to read this information, you can go through it and save the best highlights from there. Now, if anything doesn't fit into these 5 areas or these 5 apps, then just archive it. Don't delete it, because you never know if it's going to be useful in the future, and once it's deleted, it's gone forever. So those are the 5 key tools that you'll need for your second brain. All this put together, give it a try, and I promise you'll see greater productivity, greater creativity, and a general sense of well-being. If you want to learn more about building a second brain, please follow me on LinkedIn. My name's Tom Lanaway, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. Alternatively, there's some blogs on our website, connectivefree.com.